My name is Christy Dar. I was pulled over April 9th after being run off the road, overcorrecting, and almost went in the ditch, re-overcorrected, hit a guy, tapped him just barely, broke his headlight. Went overcorrected again, ended in the ditch, have no way out. The guy runs over, asks me if I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. We call the police, wait for the police to get there. It went from taking our statements of the accident to them looking in my car, seeing my small purse with my son's, plural, medicines, and was asked, whose medicines are all those? Long story short, medicines, money, and a tablet that has a tracker on it with a picture taken of where it's located. No record of being, they arrested me DUI, did a pen test for at least 3 minutes. That was the only indicator. Arrested me again on the 15th after giving a statement of missing medicines 2 hours later by the same cop. Now, this is how they harass me. This happens repeatedly. They've been in my driveway already about 20 minutes. 2 cops, nobody pulled over, lights on, just harassing. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's 2 cars sitting in my driveway. Only one has its flashers on now. Both of them had their flashers on. I thought that it was one car had one officer had somebody pulled over. But on a Saturday afternoon, on the 25th, I believe the DEA, because the DEA refilled my son's medicines that were just, one officer said, I don't believe they're just missing from the evidence room, but believe they were sent to OSBI for testing. All these medicines, there was probably 40 or 50 Xanax, Adderall, Vyvanse, OxyContin, oxycodone. I have a neck injury. Will have surgery for it to be corrected. I do go to a specialist and have a primary care physician and an orthopedic surgeon manage my pain to my youngest child's in school. I was a single mother, 3 children. It was an early morning, not early morning, it was about, I started out early. By the time of the accident, it was about 9:30, 9:45. I was in pajamas still and house shoes. I just went out to my friend's to feed her dogs. So ponytail, sloppy, half bun ponytail. Then medicine from a pill planner everywhere. One of my sons takes a dose of his medicine while at school at 12 o'clock or 1 p.m., in between 12 and 1. So I keep those in a pill planner rather than carry a bunch of bottles with me. However, I was using a little purse, so it was like 6 or 7 bottles of medicine that all conveniently disappeared, except for one that was put, an officer said, after I was arrested, they made me sit in jail for, I believe it's 8 hours if you're DUI before you can bond out. When I was handed my purse, there was no medicine, no bottles of medicine, no pill planner. My first question, where are all the medicines? One officer, I will not say his name, I will say, however, in the past, if you do a deep web search, he's had a lot of things removed from public record. One officer, 2nd-degree burglary twice, I believe, were dismissed. Oh no, knowingly concealing stolen property was the other. His ex-wife put a protective order on him. Judge granted it in one county, and another judge dropped it 2 weeks later, dismissed it. 2 weeks. I didn't think that was possible. But needless to say, I had 5 charges. Nothing appeared. I don't believe I would have had any charges, any tickets at all, had the DEA not got involved. lucky for me, my children's doctor knows me. They've always been my son's doctors their whole lives. My oldest son is 12. I have 3 kids. They know me, they know my kids. They wouldn't just refill anybody's medicine, I don't believe. And I didn't even ask my doctors because I didn't want to look like that type. So I just suffered for a month. No, it wasn't a month. Never mind. I had receipts for mine. They actually are prescriptions, paper prescriptions. Mine was pretty low. It was my son's that was full. But they just sit with their lights on in my yard. Both cars. I said driveway, but it's the field connected to my driveway. As you can see, this is one vehicle, it's ours. This is Water Street. There is a Enterprise car rental, and that's where they do the repairs right there. And they're sitting at the curb on Water Street. They're outside walking around now. I don't know what they're doing. But I'm going to start streaming this on YouTube every time. This is the umpteenth time they've harassed me. And it's not directly harassing, but I will say I was arrested on the 15th after making a report. I went to the police station asking for the report again. Well, they're leaving now. Okay, well, they left. This is typical. It seems like, I don't know what they want me to do. They arrested me on the 15th, but made me write out a receipt that said or a handwritten receipt. I copied it on my folder for the 17th at 6 p.m. However, it was the 15th of April that I was arrested. I have paperwork that they sent to my kid's doctor. One said that they had in regards to the missing medicine. My children's doctor asked time and time again for the original arrest report, original tickets on the 9th when I was arrested. They never sent them that. All they sent them was my arrest on the 15th. So luckily my children's doctor gave me copies of these. That's what I gave to my attorneys. I was advised by a friend of mine who, I won't say her name, but she is retired JAG. Not retired because of age, retired because of an injury. She said don't go local with an attorney. Don't speak to the DA. Don't even go, Muskogee's not far away enough. So we found someone that are one of only 3 in our state that are capable of doing what these are capable of doing. They're 3 times the price, but worth it. The arrest report that was sent to my son's doctor, it was on the report was from the 15th where they arrested me. It just said warrants, wanted person. It doesn't specify anything. They did send, however, the report that theft of missing property. The officer filled it out, and he put as evidence 2 hours after I made the report. He put as evidence thumb drive video surveillance of an officer, I will not say the name, videoed leaving the evidence room with a handful of white pills. They're calling a handful of white pills Vyvanse. Vyvanse aren't white, but I do know what the white pills are. I won't say the names. It's really scary. I've been really proactive in this community. I'm not a criminal, a DUI. I did get a DUI in 2011, but I had had a drink with my dad a couple hours before, and then I allowed them to take blood. Oh, big tip. If you're gonna submit blood for a DUI, make sure they do not swab your arm with alcohol beforehand. If they do, the parts per million in that small vial of blood, it makes you legally DWI at the very least. You'll have a blood alcohol level. I didn't know that. So between the drink that I'd had a couple hours before and the alcohol swab, I was legally at the point of intoxicated. It's okay. I accept responsibility because it had only been a couple hours. Maybe the alcohol wasn't all out of my system. But anyway, my attorney then wasn't one of the more popular. He was an active Marine about to take another tour into Afghanistan. He had no problem going after the police. So, if there was a bad one, this was a different community for the most part. And I tell my children, the cops are the good guys. If you're in trouble, and there are so many in this town that are really, really good. I have no problem mentioning Officer Corey Keeley. Very good law enforcement. He believes in justice. I will say the captain, the Tahlequah captain of the city police, very good man, believes in justice. The search that I've done on a few others seem decent, very, very decent. I only know of two that are questionable. One is, there's no question. The medicine is gone. There was also, I told the bondsman when I called him to bond out, I had $300. When I got my purse back, I had previously had two $100 bills plus some loose up to $97. Lucky for me, the attorney or the bondsman took the $97. They won't take a check or debit card. I